She laughed when she said it. "He's just my work husband, babe. It's not cheating, it's office culture." That word just sat on the kitchen tile like blood on white porcelain. She poured wine like nothing had shifted. But it had, and I felt it. Something sharp had pierced the silence between us. That night, I watched her phone light up on the nightstand. No name, just a heart emoji. 1:37 a.m. She turned her back to me, asleep or pretending. I didn't ask, I didn't touch her. I just stared at the ceiling, counting each breath like a man drowning in shallow water. It started with small changes. She used to hum when she got ready for work. Now she checked her reflection 3 times and smiled at her phone before walking out the door. She came home later, tired, distant. The smell of unfamiliar cologne clinging faintly to her blouse like guilt in a bottle. I tried to believe her, tried, until one night while folding laundry, I found a receipt in her coat pocket. 2 entrees, wine, dessert, a hotel. Tuesday, the same night she said she was working late on that quarterly report. I didn't confront her. I memorized the total, $178.49. Funny the details that lodge in your brain when your heart starts to rot. I played along. That's the trick. You have to play along. I started going out too, team-building dinners of my own. I'd text her at 11 p.m. just to see her reaction. Sometimes she didn't reply. Sometimes she did. One-word answers. Okay, be safe. I began tracking patterns. Her phone passcode. Her Slack messages left open once, too long. I found him. Matthew. Mid-level manager, married. 2 kids. They called each other work spouses. She even joked about it during dinner once. "You should get a work wife," she smirked, fork stabbing her salmon. "Even things out." I smiled. So I did. Her name was Harper. She was smart, single, and knew exactly why I asked her to dinner. Nothing happened, not physically. But my wife didn't need to know that. What mattered was how her face twitched the first time I came home at 1 a.m., tie loose, smelling like someone else's perfume. She didn't speak, just stared, then went to bed without a word. Good, I thought. Let it simmer. The final piece came quietly. A synced Google Calendar, left open on her laptop. Friday, team dinner, Matt, wine, kiss. I took a screenshot, printed it, slipped it into a plain envelope. No note. Left it on her pillow and went to work early. That night she was waiting at the table, eyes swollen, mascara dried at the corners. "You went through my things?" she croaked. I didn't sit, didn't blink. "You lied," I said. Her voice broke. "It didn't mean anything?" That was the last straw. Not the cheating, not the hotel. The nothing of it. The way she buried her betrayal in euphemisms. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I just turned to the door. She followed me. "I messed up, okay? But you've been out late too, with that woman." My keys clicked in my hand. I turned. "She's my work wife," I said coldly. "Isn't that the rule?" Her mouth opened, then closed. "You're a hypocrite," she whispered, eyes full of venom and regret. I shrugged. "You're a liar." Then I reached into my coat and handed her something else, a printed email from Matthew's wife. I had forwarded her everything, screenshots, calendar events, hotel receipts, all neatly organized in a PDF. I watched the color drain from my wife's face. She wanted to know who you were, I said. Now she knows. And then I handed her one last thing, a taxi card. "You'll want to stay somewhere else tonight." She didn't scream, she didn't cry. She just stood there, hollow, exposed, unraveling. It was almost disappointing. Almost. I didn't feel triumphant. I didn't feel victorious. I felt clean. like something rotting had finally been cut away. I sat alone in the living room after she left. The wine was still open on the table, half full, untouched. I poured it out. Then I poured another glass, different bottle, no label, and I drank in silence. No more rules, no more games, no more pretending. She taught me how to lie with a smile. I taught her how it ends. And when the cab pulled away, so did any reason I had to love her.